We're talking with Jim Gowan, who is the Sustainability Director for Verizon Global. Jim, welcome to Clean Tech TV.
Very much. Thank you for having me here.
Verizon touches almost everybody in America in one way or another. You are not only America, but actually around the globe. And so you're a unique company because you're not usually thought of as an energy company or anything like that. But in fact, you're doing amazing things in terms of really addressing some of the issues of sustainability.
No, and Sidney, thank you very much. And I'm very proud of what Verizon's doing across the board and across the globe. When I think about sustainability as it relates to Verizon, Verizon's core business is we provide the best networks there are, whether they're wireless 4G, fiber-based, or global IP. Our core business is delivering that content in the fastest, most reliable, secure way possible. And when I think about sustainability, it fits right in with our core business. So when I think about some of the core goals we have, really at the top of the pyramid is really our carbon intensity goal. We in America and we around the globe are becoming data hogs. The more bits and bytes that go through our network is really the best thing that could happen to us. The challenge is, how do you grow that as efficiently as possible, both energy efficiently and operationally efficiently? So we've set a carbon intensity metric of improving our throughput, our terabyte throughput, based on the energy it takes to drive that terabyte throughput through our network, with a 50% reduction by 2020. We baselined it off of our 2009 energy input, and then we moved it forward through to where we are today in 2013, and we're 37% of the way there. We've over 37% complete, so we're really proud of that. When you get below that large metric, you start to get into some of our more, and I hate to use the word tactical, but they really are, driving really the business. Last year in 2012, we had over 100 LEED certified retail stores, more than any other in our industry. And that really is important because that sends a message to the everyday consumer coming into a wireless store to pick up a handset that we're committed to energy consumption. When I think about our employees, probably our biggest benefit in the day-to-day work we have is our employees. We have a grassroots membership of Green Team members of over 15,000 employees that we're going to have by the end of this year. We ended 2012 with over 10,000 in 22 countries. We want to keep expanding that because at the end of the day, it's great what Verizon's doing, but when you can bring it home into your neighborhoods, to your barbecues, into your cocktail parties, and start sharing that message, that's how the globe becomes a better place. So there's just a couple examples of what Verizon's doing.
You've done some amazing things literally on the ground. Talk about your bus program to help your employees deliver service. I think that's very innovative.
I wish I could take credit for it, but actually it was one of our managers in New York City came up with this idea, and it's really one of the ones I'm most excited about because it really takes my day job of global supply chain and my afternoon job of sustainability and marries them well. Mm-hmm. What we've done in New York City and in the 5 boroughs there is we have taken what we call the magic bus, the mobile area garage, and it is taking vans off the street. And what we're doing is putting anywhere from 8 to 10, 11 of our technicians in what we call a magic bus. You think it's similar to a rental car shuttle bus at an airport. And what we do then is we have their inventory right in the back. We drive them in the morning to their appointments, drop them off, pick them up in the afternoon to their next appointment. They have their material right there. And just in New York City alone, in the 25 vehicles that we've deployed, we've taken over 250 vehicles off the streets of New York. We've reduced over 70,000 gallons of gasoline. Personally, our parking tickets have gone down tremendously, which is a benefit. That's an ROI benefit, and I'm not going to, not going to address that. Needless to say, that type of, again, employee grassroots initiative that we've been able to operationalize, and then really the power of Verizon to take it from 2 trial ones 10 months ago to 25. 2 of those buses are compressed natural gas buses. And now how we look at it, let's look at the rest of the seaboard. Philadelphia, Washington, Boston. We're now looking at pilots there to see if the demographics work the same way. And I can't say enough about the magic bus and everything that has gone on. And it really, at first, the employees were a little hesitant. Wait a second, I want to have my van, I need my vehicle, I need to touch it, feel it. Now all of a sudden it's how do I get on? And the folks that are still the technicians that are still driving vans are saying, wait a second, I got to load my vehicle, I got to unload my vehicle, I'd rather have it all done for me. So that's where operations and sustainability really marry well.
You've taken basically 250 vehicles off the road, replaced them with 25. Just the time to literally refuel those vehicles is a lot of man hours.
Absolutely.
Okay, you know, so there's many ways in which this can really save a lot of money. Talk about, you've done an amazing job in terms of addressing supply chain sustainability. Talk to me about how you worked with your suppliers in that effort.
You know, and when you think about marrying sustainability into the supply chain, we've worked with the GSA on their sustainable supply chain challenges and worked with several of the folks down there. And when we bring it back into Verizon, really the lifeblood of Verizon, we're not a manufacturing company. So we rely on our suppliers for our central office equipment, for fiber optic cable, you know, you name it. So how do we bring them and marry them collaboratively with us? And it's all about collaboration. So during the calendar year 2012, what we focused on was our top 225, which makes up the majority of our spend. We went out with a web-based query on looking at all of their environmental impacts, from how do they manufacture to what is their energy program, what's their solid waste program, what's their water program. And then we brought that back in, tabulated it up, looked at it, and focused on, okay, now we have all this information, what do you do with it? You know, and that was our focus. And what we've done is we've put an action plan together by 2015 to make sure that of our top 225 suppliers, we want to make sure that 40% of them have greenhouse goal emissions, have focuses on energy and the environment, because those are the people we're going to reward with more business going forward. And you know, that's easier said than done when there's some big suppliers that maybe aren't there yet, but that's the education and that's the collaborative environment. I really applaud the sustainability team at Verizon and really the strategic sourcing team for putting that whole program together. And
you've had like a 30% reduction in greenhouse gases as a result of that from your supply chain. Is that about right?
That's
in
exactly.
2 years.
In a little over 2 years,
yeah.
We're almost 37%.
Wow.
So we're very proud of that, and that's everything from the vehicle manufacturing to our alternative fuel vehicle strategy, all the way through our Energy Champions program we're doing in our buildings internally, where we're challenging the employees and exciting them. I must say I stole the idea from the academic world when I saw some of the universities going against each other in dorm fights. I said, wow, this is great. We have our large admin buildings going against each other, saying, how can you reduce? They create little YouTube videos, and the whole thing is to generate excitement and it's education at the exact same time. Every company is unique, and you've been very successful. You've been very successful, as a matter of fact, in terms of Verizon. Talk to me a little bit, educate the public, educate other leaders out here, how they can, what would be the best approach that you might suggest to help them achieve similar types of results moving forward? The main thing, and it was the term I use with the suppliers, it's collaboration. Whether you're collaborating internally or collaborating externally, is to really find a way to build that network and knowledge. You know, at Verizon, we build the best networks. Social media has only amplified the need for having those great networks. When I talk to people who are just getting started in sustainability, or even when we're sharing best practices, I think the linchpin to our success is getting the employees involved, ergo senior management will get involved. And the home run is when you can bring operational benefits to the bottom line, because then the CFO gets involved. And when he starts supporting it, that's when the game starts to change. That's when the conversation starts to change. That's been our biggest challenge at first, but it's also been our biggest success.
Now I hear you have a significant announcement that is going to be made today. Why don't you tell us what that is?
Well, we have a Powerful Answers campaign, and if you've seen the commercials, we are tackling the world's biggest challenges, and we're looking for how we can use our networks to tackle those challenges and then bring solutions. So what our CEO announced in January was that we were going to launch this program of a $10 million award to persons or many individuals who come up with solutions that utilize our broadband technology, whether it's fiber-based, global IP-based, or 4G-based, and how they can use them to help create social benefit in the space of telemedicine, in the space of energy management, social entrepreneurship, social innovation. And we're going to be talking a lot about that today.
Jim Gowan, thanks a lot.
Sydney, thank you very much for your time.